This is the latest Surface 12 from Microsoft, and I gotta say, with this new form factor, I kinda like it more than the other ones with 13-inch size. Let's review. In this video, I want to talk about my experience in the last 6 months with this device, I mean Surface 12, which has Qualcomm Snapdragon X-Plus processor with 16GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. You can get this laptop with 256 storage too, but I can't recommend it because at least you want to buy a device with 512GB of storage if you want to run Windows on your device. And I know it has 2 USB Type-C ports at 10 gigabits per second, but you can't be so sure about the storage upgrade because the storage on this device can't be upgraded. So before starting the review, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and ring the bell icon so you won't miss our next videos. Let's dive into the 6 months review of this device, Surface 12. First, let's talk about the design and aesthetic of this device. Microsoft has perfected this aesthetic, and the Surface 12 is no exception. The build quality is flawless. I've been using this ocean color and it's honestly one of the most beautiful shades I've ever seen on a tech product. The device weighs just over 600 grams, making it incredibly light. I almost don't feel it in my backpack. And one thing I really appreciate is the pen placement. It stays sturdy on the back and I have no worries of losing my pen or something like that because it stays there. And because it is not stored in the keyboard, I don't have to buy the keyboard that comes with this Surface because I don't like the keyboard for the Surface 12. And I prefer using Logitech ones or some other brands because that's not made for me. And I know that I can use this device as a tablet like iPad Air or something like that because the pen has a place on the device, not on the keyboard. And the kickstand, as always, is the best. Like you can set it to any angle you want and it feels great on the table and there are no worries about it. My only real complaint is that I still don't love the keyboard experience. But as a standalone tablet, this one is a top tier. So what about the display? We have an IPS panel here with 90Hz refresh rate, which is okay. I mean, it's not like 120Hz, but compared to iPad Air, we have 90Hz over 60Hz. And we have an odd number for the resolution, 2196 by 1464, which is good for this kind of tablet. And I mean, the PPI on this tablet is good enough and I don't have any problem with it. As for the brightness, we have 500 nits of brightness. It's bright and works flawlessly in most lighting. However, being a 12-inch device puts this device in a tricky spot. It doesn't have the sheer productivity of a real estate 13-inch or 14-inch Surface Pro, yet it lacks the ultra portability of something like an 11-inch iPad Air. Carrying 2 devices, this and my main laptop, became a bit of a challenge for me. While the size is an upside for some, for my specific workflow, I felt a bit in between. And I have to say, I want to see a Surface Go 5 like that one in the future with Snapdragon processors. So what about the performance on this device? Was I happy with it? Let's be clear, the Snapdragon X-Plus is a great chipset. For daily tasks, it's snappy and you really can't push it into a struggle unless you are doing very heavy tasks or specialized works. The biggest hurdle is still ARM compatibility on Windows. There aren't many unsupported apps anymore, but they do exist. And while this isn't a gaming tablet, I was actually able to play some Red Dead Redemption 2 on this machine. The frame rate wasn't great, but I can play at 30 to 35 FPS if I lower the resolution and texture quality, which is a bit odd. I wasn't expecting to game on this machine. It's perfect for its intended purposes, but don't expect it to replace your high-end video editing rig for heavy 4K usage or AAA titles. Like, you can't game on it. You can play some games or light games, but this is not for gaming or video editing. I can use some Photoshop, like I use this to sometimes edit some thumbnails or something like that for our YouTube channel, but you can't use it for some heavier tasks. And the upside is it is Windows, and you can easily connect it through these two USB Type-C ports to any external display that supports DisplayPort, which is good. I mean, you can easily connect it, and some displays supports charging it. It means you can charge and get display output through these USB Type-C ports, which is good. And I did this too. It was a perfect experience. And my best experience with this tablet was all about battery life. If there is one reason to buy this tablet, it's the battery. It is absolutely flawless. If you are a light user, maybe 2 to 3 hours a day, it can easily last you 4 to 5 days on a single charge. In a continuous, normal use scenario, it passes over 16 hours without a hitch. This is the kind of efficiency we've always wanted from Windows. So what's the verdict on the Surface 12? I gotta say, I loved it, but the bigger size or some 10-inch or even a smaller tablets like iPad mini, iPad Air is holding me back. I want to use it, I want to own it, but I can't. And this is my experience with this tablet. I hope someday Microsoft releases some smaller tablets, but for this one, this can't be a secondary device for me at least, but it can be a great main device or even some secondary device for some people. I mean, if you have a heavy rig in your home, you need something to carry around, this can be your device. And the experience with this tablet was almost flawless, especially with the latest Windows updates on ARM processors. We are getting better compatibility and more stable version of Windows on ARM, which is great. So, what do you think about the Surface 12? Tell us in the comments below, would you buy a tablet or a laptop with Snapdragon chipsets? They are releasing X2 Elite chipset too. And if you don't want to miss that reviews, make sure you subscribe. And if you enjoyed watching this video, make sure you like and subscribe this video. Bye.